So, how do you define success in a schooling system? Schools are institutions that teach students to achieve highly in academics, so high grades must matter. This is the PISA scores that test all students from all around the world on their mathematical, science, and reading skills. If you see, South Korea and Finland are the two top ranked countries. But what is interesting here is that these two countries have two very different educational systems. So I'm going to compare these two countries to see which one is better. As said, this is PISA scores. They both are dominant, first and second. This is a score based on their students' cognitive skills, and Korea wins Finland, yet Finland is still better than many other countries. These are the scores based on international attainment, and Korea wins again. So can we conclude that Korean educational system is more successful, and so are their students? Can we? But have you considered the word happiness in the definition of success? How can you say that someone is successful when they have as much stress? And how can you call your students successful if they are already gone from this world? Think about that. But Finnish education system, they managed to keep their students happy and at the same time highly achieving. Finnish schools have no uniforms, no entrance exams, no fees, and no league tables and no offset expectations. No one starts school till they're 7, and dividing students according to their abilities is illegal. And students call their teachers by their first name, and no one ever gets more than 30 minutes of homework a night. However, they manage to top pretty much every education league table ever since the year 2000. I mean, isn't this incredible? Less school, less homework, less testing, and they still manage to be so successful. This must be great news for you, as it was for me when I first saw it. But why I'm here today is to tell you that this is no secret to their success. I'm here to tell you that this is not the key to their educational success. Let me tell you a story. When I was 9 years old, I came to Woodstock feeling like a refugee, as my parents were eager to send me away to here, as they knew that if I gave myself some time to play sports in high school, I would be falling behind. As they knew that if I didn't attend academies that lasted till 12, I would be falling behind, as they feared that I would not be able to find what I wanted to do in life in that education system. And yes, Korean education system do result in students that scores high, but the students are unhappy, stressful, and even suicidal. Why is that? I believe it's because the education system in Korea works like a mathematical function. That students are given X to solve Y, and schools are like factories that create machines that do work, and we are given no opportunity to find the meaning of life and what we really want to do in life. But instead, education should be something in which you teach your students to find a formula, find the question, think about your life, and because we're thinkers. Because we are thinkers. We're not computers. We're humans with mind and feelings that work differently from each other. And you only acknowledge students as humans when you learn to love them. And today I'm here to tell you how Finnish education system, or the Finnish people, value their children and build their school system around the needs of children and not the needs of society that demand computers that would do work for them. First thing, love for children led Finnish education to create different systems based on different theories that talk about how it can benefit the students. For example, embroidery, metalwork, and sewing are kinds of things that students are taught in Finnish education system in belief that these things will allow students to apply mathematical and science skills in their real life. Also, Finnish educators don't believe in giving so much homework because science says more homework means more stress. I had no idea. And school, love for students is giving equal opportunities to all. Equality is the most important word in Finnish education. Every party member on the right and on the left agree on this, said the president of Finland. The difference between the highest achieving students in Finland and the lowest achieving students in Finland is so small compared to other countries because they're focused, not like Korea, where they focused on highly achieving students. They're very much focused on giving opportunity to everyone. But lastly, love for students create high quality teacher training systems. In Finland, teachers are the most admired job compared to than doctors or lawyers because it is most competitive. You need many different sets of skills to be a teacher, and teaching is a multi-professional degree. However, in USA, they don't even require teachers to have master's degree to teach. But aren't teachers the engineers who work to engineers of the mind they teach? And aren't teachers the doctors who heal the wound of past by teaching students its mistake? Aren't teachers the lawyers who defend the society by teaching students what is right and what is wrong? And aren't teachers the capitalists who invest in future by teaching students what leadership is? So can we take teacher training system lightly? Today I'm not here to tell you that you need to adopt the Finnish education system. It's not going to work. Everyone who touch base on this Finnish education system goes wow, and they think about how it's going to how it can be implemented on our system to benefit us. But USA is too heterogeneous of a society, and Asian parents are still going to send their kids to academies even if you get 30 minutes of homework a night. What I'm here to tell you is that change does not come from implementations of reforms, but it comes from the change in the minds of people. That we need to adopt the ideology of Finnish education system and not their system. And we need to value and love students. And then we will value teachers. And then will students be taught with love. And then will students be taught the most effective way there is, whether it's 30 minutes of homework a night or 3 hours of homework a night. And then will they realize that their success does not only mean high scores, but it's also about happiness, satisfaction, and all the good things in life. And today we can start the change from today by redefining the education the way it is supposed to be. And I believe that is guidance for the students to discover success regardless of who they are. And we can start today, starting from you and I. Thank you.
Thank you, Haesoo.
You said that America is too heterogeneous to have a Finnish educational system.
Yeah.
But you also said that the most important part about the Finnish educational system is equality. So do you think it really matters if a country is diverse or not?
Well, what was the question again? Sorry, I was nervous.
Okay, so you said in America, the society is too heterogeneous, it's too diverse to have a Finnish educational system. But you also said that equality is the most important part about the Finnish educational system. So do you think that it really matters if a country is heterogeneous or not?
So what I'm trying to say is that my argument was that it's not about the reforms, but it's about the change in minds. So that we should think that everyone is that we should think in a way that we should give everyone the opportunity. But if we think about reforms, there are reforms that are too difficult to be implemented on country USA because it's too diverse, and the gap between the poor and rich, the school system is very different. So, their reform that's not going to work in USA compared to in Finland. So, yeah.
Hi, Haesoo. Great job, by the way. I was wondering if, given all of the thought you've put into education systems, if you've thought about how this applies to Woodstock, and whether Woodstock lines up more along the Finnish line or the Korean line or somewhere in between, and just, if there's any specific area for growth or change at Woodstock itself.
To be honest, in 6-7 years that I've been in Woodstock, I feel like Woodstock was more towards the Finnish side, and then it kind of turned to the Korean side. I think everyone knows what I'm saying.
Great job. I thought you started well. You finished even better. My question is, the statistics about suicide rates.
What?
The statistics about suicide.
Right.
Okay. The Finnish statistics are still quite high.
Right.
Quite alarming. How would you account for that? Has the Finnish education system really got it right, or are there other factors in Finnish society which mean there are still quite high suicide rates?
Well, it is on a level of average in when you average the whole world in this suicide thing. So I haven't done much research into finding out why it isn't lower than the average. I just kept it as it was there. But Korea is significantly high. It's twice actually as higher than the average.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.